Men don't ghost because you sleep with them too soon. Today I'm going to show you the real reason why men lose interest after sex and how to avoid being used for sex. Stay tuned. I was really into this girl. She had all the qualities I was looking for. Beautiful, confident, passionate. She had her own life. She was so much fun to be around. But I couldn't see her anymore because she slept with me too soon. Said no guy ever. If you want to understand the real reasons why men leave after sex and avoid being used for sex, then it's first important for you to understand the reasons that they don't and the reasons that are wrong. Men do not flake because you slept with them too soon. But I know what you're thinking right now. I do. You're thinking, Mark, that's horse shit. I've had men leave after sex. I know men don't respect me if I sleep with them early. I know that's a reason men leave. Now, I get that men leave after sex. That happens a lot. But correlation is not causation. You need to know the real reasons why men leave after sex, and it's not based on the timing of sex. The real reasons relate to two very important concepts that I'm going to talk about: physical and non-physical attraction. Physical is the attraction that a man or a woman feels for their opposite on a purely physical basis. Non-physical is all the attraction to their personality and everything that doesn't encompass their body, sexual attraction, etc. Now, this surprises a lot of women. Non-physical attraction is just as important to men as it is to women. The exception is sex. You see, physical attraction can drive a man to chase you and chase for sex even when he has no non-physical attraction. They can be completely separate entities. For most women, this isn't necessarily true. For you, if you feel non-physically attracted to a guy, you often want to sleep with that guy. And if you feel totally turned off by a guy's personality, usually, no matter how hot he is, you don't want to sleep with him. There are exceptions, but generally speaking, non-physical attraction and physical attraction are more together for a woman, and when it comes to sex, they're more separated for a man. The real reasons that men lose interest after sex is not because you slept with them too soon. It's because there was either, number one, no non-physical attraction there to begin with, or number two, the dynamic changed after sex, maybe you started acting differently, and his non-physical attraction for you decreased. That's the real reason men leave after sex. So how do you avoid being used for sex? Well, first of all, let's have a look at the question. The quality of the questions you ask yourself will determine the quality of your life. If I wake up every morning and ask myself, Mark, what's wrong with you? What am I going to be constantly thinking? Oh, I must be stupid. Oh, I must be a failure. Oh, there must be something that I'm not good enough to do. The question, Mark, what's wrong with you, doesn't really have any empowering answers. So you've got to think about the questions that you're asking yourself. So let's look at the question of how to avoid being used for sex. What possible answers are there to that question? Have less sex, wait longer for sex, use games to figure out and tricks to figure out if a guy's interest is real or not. When you ask yourself, how do I avoid being used for sex, the only answers you can come up with are disempowering. They're not useful, and most importantly, they do not raise your non-physical attraction to a man, which is the ultimate reason why men lose interest after sex. Okay, now this is important. If you feel like you're being used for sex, then things like waiting longer for sex and having less sex will work in the short term and will stop that happening. But realize it's an answer to a fundamentally bad question. There's no good answers to that question that are going to come through. And so what you've really got to do, if you want to avoid being used for sex, is ask yourself better questions that will give you empowering answers. How can I raise my standards so that I'm not so sold on a man after sex that I would even want a relationship with him? How can I stop seeing my sexuality as something I'm used for and instead enjoy my sexuality for me? And how can I raise my non-physical attraction to such a level that any man would be crazy to ghost me after I sleep with him? Now we're talking. These are the empowering questions that are actually going to stop the problem and avoid you being used for sex. So look, if you do feel like you're being used, stopping it and having less sex in the short term will work, but you've got to change the questions you're asking yourself. Change your psychology around sex. Ask yourself how you can raise your standards. Ask yourself how you can stop seeing it as something you're used for, and how you can become the most non-physically attractive woman and address the real issue as to why men lose interest after sex. I really hope that gives you a powerful concept to understand why men lose interest after sex. And look, let me know your thoughts on it. Comments, questions, etc. I want to hear them below, especially on this video. So let me know your thoughts on this, what I consider such a powerful concept that I coach to every single one of my clients. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and make sure as well you subscribe. Hit the little bell so that you get the notification. Then definitely subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. I want to build a big community here. So thank you so much for watching. I shall see you in the next video very, very soon.